Hello, YouTube Nation. My name is Breed, and this is
Mike Fertucci.
and we are the creators of Overreacting Movie Scenes. Mike, me and Mike met 8 years ago at work.
8 years ago to this day. Well, a couple of days before, but yeah. Around this time, 8 years ago, me and Breeze met.
So, Mikey, what did you think? What was your first impression of me?
My first impression of you was, at first, I took it the wrong way a little bit. I thought that you were mad at me for a reason, for whatever reason. But then, once I realized, once I got to know you and stuff like that, I realized that you could make me laugh like there was no other person that can make me laugh. Because unlike everyone else who takes their job serious, who takes life serious, who has all these things going on in their life, you have always been the kind of person that could always make me laugh. And we've always had the same things in common. We've always liked the same movies. We've always liked the same music. And we always like to do the same things, like karaoke and hanging out with friends and going places and dancing in the car and the kind of things that everyone likes. But that's the thing that really made me feel like here's a guy that isn't money oriented, that doesn't care about making all this money, and that doesn't care about having all this wealth and all this fortune and all these things, having a woman where having a woman, yeah, because we all like having a woman, but getting married and stuff like that. But for the most part, just a very fun guy, a guy that everyone should meet and everyone should hang out with because he's fun. He's just a outgoing guy that is hilarious. So
Mikey, tell me a little bit about the channel, what you do, and how you choose your videos and stuff.
Well, I choose my videos based on the classic movies that I grew up watching as a kid and all the way up until now. I watch a lot of movies, and that's all I pretty much do is watch movies. And mostly, well, not all I do. I do work and things like that, but I like watching all the classics. I like movies from Happy Gilmore, from Back to the Future, from Overboard, from The Mask, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, Vegas Vacation with Chevy Chase. I like watching Face Off. I like watching the movie Boogie Nights. I like watching the movie Fear with Mark Wahlberg back in 1996, starring Mark Wahlberg and Reese Witherspoon. I like watching Prom Child. I love Prom Child. The Prom
Great
Child
movie.
The first one, the second one, they're some of my favorite movies. I love watching Clifford with Martin Short and Charlie Grodin. Captain Ron, all your classic movies that I grew up with, and all your brilliant actors throughout the world that have made it possible to entertain us and made it possible for us to be entertained. And even the actors that have passed away recently, in memory of them, they brought us so many great memories. so many great memories that I will never forget
Uh,
myself.
you mentioned dead celebrities. Anyone specific you referring to?
Well, I like Don Rickles. I like Gene Wilder. I like Robin Williams. I like these actors because they had something to give to the world that everybody loved, pretty much. Robin Williams spent his years, making people laugh and making people smile and entertaining people. And, he cared so much about making people laugh and making people smile that when he wasn't making people laugh or smile, it was like he had that sadness in him of, this is what I gotta do, is all I want to do is make people laugh and smile and enjoy my movies, enjoy who I am as a person. And that's the one thing. That's the thing I loved about Robin Williams. Gene Wilder too. Is just great actors, and those are the actors that I will never forget.
Now, tell me the process of making a scene. How many? I mean, how many takes does it do? Like stuff like that.
Well, it really depends on how well, how much of that movie that you watch, and how much you're willing to, how much you memorize from that movie, how much of that line that you can memorize, and going from there. But there's so much more. It's the actors that you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself with an actor that is a brilliant actor, then that makes your acting even so much better, because of the fact that they're an awesome actor themselves. So it draws the attention of, well, this is a great actor. These are great actors, and they go good together because of the fact that they take acting so serious that they can act out anything.
So, how did you start over at the movie scenes?
Well, the way I started overreacting movie scenes was, it all started off with me and my brother. Since we watched so much movies together, me and my brother, I thought of, and since I seen it a lot on YouTube, people doing movie reenactments, people, doing it for entertainment and things like that, I thought to myself, what would it be like to do movie reenactments from classic movies, but in a way of, a way that's just not on, just the way that me and my brother and my friend or whoever's watching sees it, but taking it serious and trying to take it a step up from other movie and reenactments. We like to overreact and do it over the top for the sake of humor, and I feel that me and my brother, we can do that real good, and my friend Breeze, and whoever's watching, if we can entertain others, then by overreacting for these scenes that we do, and people can like us, people can love us, for the scenes that we do, and it can entertain people in that form, then I think it could come off as pretty funny. And I like to think that I like to think that it's possible for us to do that because of the fact of how serious we take acting and
Yeah.
things like that. So
So, do you do this for yourself? Do you do it for others? Like, do you?
oh, absolutely. Honestly, we do it for mostly for ourselves because it entertains us. But if we can draw an audience, that's even better. If we can get others to like our channel, and the word gets around and spread around that these guys are actually hilarious, then that's good too.
So what you're saying is you're doing it to make people happy,
Yeah.
and not doing it for a selfish reason,
No.
just to make money.
No, it's really to entertain ourselves, because of the fact that we love movies so much, and we grew up on watching these classic movies that to us it will never get old.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It'll never get old because
Classics never die.
they made some of the best movies that in the history of movies, and it all came from, in my opinion, the 80s and 90s. Remakes, when they make remakes, it's kind of like they take that idea from that was once given, and they try to make it in their own way. But in my eyes, it's always that great idea that started it all off. And that's the way I believe is, when people make movies, if you're gonna take an idea, I mean, it's kind of, and if it's good or bad, bottom line is that I like the originals because that's where the idea first came from, and this country was built on good ideas. I mean, it like really was. And I'm not just talking about movies, I'm talking about in general too. I mean, if you have an idea, then stick to it. If you want to build a business, or if you want to do anything, you can do anything you set your mind to. And I'm a big believer in that. It doesn't take a college education. Well, I mean, college is good too, but you can do, if you have an idea, for instance, the first person that thought of Facebook, social media, to get people on, to get people communicating. Brilliant. I don't know if that guy went to college for that, but he came up with this idea, and it benefited so much. And look how many people love Facebook. Look how many people love YouTube. It's that idea that benefits in the long run.
Yeah.
Because, even if others feel that, oh, this idea isn't really that good, there's always somebody that thinks that, hey, this is a great idea. This is, this is someone that is trying. This is someone that's trying to make something of himself, along with trying to draw that audience as well. And I truly believe that, that this country was based on good ideas,
So, what are your plans for the future of the channel? Do you plan to expand by doing a gaming channel or TV shows
Honestly, if I can expand from doing this channel, then I'm really happy. If I can't though, then at least in my mind, I'm thinking, well, at least I got to draw a few of the people that enjoy our channel. It's the same with video games. If I can expand off of it, that good. But I I myself, I'm more of a old school kind of guy myself. You know, I like all the classic video games as well, like all the classics from um, the very first Nintendo, NES Entertainment, N64, Sega, from Sega Genesis. You know, all those games. You know, to me, they don't make games like those anymore, so they're very rare. Those who play those games, in my opinion, too, are very rare too, because of all the technology you have these days. You know, all the video games you have these days. Like my brother right here playing Call of Duty. You know,
Yeah.
a brilliant game. You know, fun game. You know,
Yeah.
you run around. You know, it's a free for all. It's a fun game.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and that's a good thing. So
So, how long does it take you to memorize? Like, can you do it instantly, or does it take you? Like, do you have like a photographic memory, or do you have to do it through time?
to be honest with you, I memorize things really good that I am really interested in. Like, if you were to tell me something that I thought was like, okay, all right, that's cool. You know, like if you were to tell me something, anything, and you were to ask me that question that I asked you, that I asked you an hour ago, or you asked me an hour ago, and I can't think about what you just told me, then that's just because, you know, sometimes, you know, you memorize things that you really, really like and you really, really enjoy. And movies is definitely something I really enjoy. I can watch movies over and over again, and I can memorize long lines because it's something I'm interested in.
So, what's your favorite kind of genre of movie that you like?
Genre?
Yeah, genre.
Like
Comedy,
Oh,
like
comedy.
mafia.
Comedy.
Like,
I like all movies, but comedy is definitely one of my favorites. And I like old horror films too, because
Hammer horror.
like Halloween, because the thing that was good about the movie Halloween back in the 80s and 70s and 80s was because the thing I liked was that back then there were no cell phones, you know, so it's like
No
when
YouTube.
so like when Laurie Strode had a problem with Michael Myers, there was no way of calling the police and saying, "Oh my gosh," you know. It was, you either had to get to a payphone or you're, you know,
Yeah.
you gotta try to survive. And yeah.
So, thank you for your time, Mikey, and thank you for the interview, and hopefully it's been helpful for everybody. So,
Thank you, Reese.
thank you. And I guess we will see you guys later. Bye.